Hey, what's up guys, Bo HD here, and this is the Kensington StudioDock, the ultimate iPad Pro docking station, period. I included a period after the title because I really wanted to drive home the point. So I've been sitting on this dock for quite some time now, waiting for the new iPads to be announced because I wanted to test it out with the new 2021 iPad Pro, specifically the iPad Pro 12.9 inch. And I will say this, it's a very tight fit, but it does in fact work with the 2021 iPad Pro 12.9 inch tablet, which is good to know. This may be the very first review, in fact, of this dock with the new iPad Pro. But taking a step back, what is the Kensington StudioDock? Well, it's a sleek new mount that'll help you get the most out of your new iPad. It features an aluminum build construction that pairs beautifully with the aluminum build construction of the iPad Pro, and it serves the purpose of not only mounting your iPad and elevating it like an iMac, but also expanding its number of ports to get the most use out of it. There's no wireless charging support, as you know, with the new iPads. There's only one USB-C port on the bottom, but when you plug it into the Kensington StudioDock, it actually gives you access to a whole bunch of ports. You got a gigabit Ethernet port, you have 3 USB Type-A ports, and an HDMI out capable of outputting 4K 60. Then you have the DC port to power all of these ports, and that's just on the back. On one of the sides, you have an SD card slot for expandable storage or for editing photos and videos from an external camera, as well as a headphone jack below that, which the iPad does not even include itself. Then on the other side, you have a USB-C port below the power button that turns the dock on and off, and this charging port is capable of rapid charging your iPad at 37.5 watts. There's also another hidden USB-C charging cable on the side of where the iPad plugs into the dock and actually mounts. Kensington will actually be selling a separate accessory that takes advantage of this USB-C port to charge an Apple Watch, but sadly, it's sold separately, and my unit did not ship with this adapter. The fun doesn't stop there, however, because Kensington added a fabric pad with 2 charging stations, one to wirelessly charge up a pair of AirPods and another to wirelessly charge up your iPhone. And what's neat is that they even included charging indicator lights below to let you know the status of your device and how full of juice it is. So if you're all in on Apple products, this dock should be perfect for all of your charging needs. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm using this dock with my iPad Pro 2021 12.9 inch, which on the website of Kensington, it says it's not compatible with this iPad. But it technically is. It just is a really tight squeeze. And I'll actually go ahead and demo it right now. So let's go ahead and do it. So I'm just gonna take it out. Boom, it's magnetic too, so it's a little hard to, there we go. So we pop it out. Here is the 12.9 inch iPad Pro. You can just squeeze it in here. Boom. Actually, that wasn't so bad. So yeah, the slab of rubber that holds the iPad is magnetic, so it's gonna keep the iPad nice and secure, especially when it's physically plugged in. And then from there, you can choose to use the iPad in portrait mode or landscape mode, and you can easily tilt the dock to and fro, and you can even tilt it up and down to get the best possible angle. So it's pretty versatile. I actually don't have an Apple Pencil with me in the studio because I'm not a graphic designer, but you'll be able to write with one just fine with this dock. It's very sturdy. There's hardly any wobbling when interacting with the iPad, which is all very important with a dock of this kind. Really, the biggest con with this dock is its price. It cost a whopping $400 for the 12.9 inch model, and that's just an insanely high price for an accessory. I think it'd be a lot more appealing if it was in the $250 range, which I think Kensington could get to, at least maybe with a sale, a Black Friday sale or something. I think we could see the price drop down to that range, especially if it's not even compatible technically or officially with the newest iPads. I'm just assuming that the next big holiday, the price is going to be slashed quite a bit. But that's another issue. Just the lack of official compatibility with the new 2020 iPads is just a bit baffling. Like, this dock literally arrived in March, just about a month or so before the launch of the new iPads, and it doesn't support them? I don't know, that's just strange to me. Now, like I said, I was able to get mine to work, but if I'm being completely honest, it does take a little bit of finagling, and I'd really only recommend you use this dock with the latest iPads if you plan on keeping it in the dock for like an extended amount of time, just so you kind of minimize the amount of time that you're taking it out of the dock and putting it back in, because it can just be a little bit frustrating. I don't know, I'm just a little bit surprised the engineers didn't decide on an adjustable USB-C cradle to support all sorts of iPads and cases, or at the very least include a flexible, not so rigid USB-C connector that once again supports the new iPads. Because after all, you have a magnetic mount, so you really don't need a super rigid USB-C charging port to secure the iPad because the magnets will secure it just fine. So I don't really understand why they made such a tight, rigid cradle portion here that, I don't know, it's not very flexible. So if you have the new 2021 iPad Pro or you plan on getting one soon, hopefully this review has helped you out, helped you figure out if this dock is compatible and worth it for you. And let me know if you have any specific questions. I'll do my best to answer them down below in the comments. But other than the compatibility issue, I think this is a beautiful, sleek dock that offers all the functionality you could possibly want in an iPad dock. I mean, the amount of ports you get is insane. There's more ports on here than my iMac or my MacBook Pro. So that's pretty crazy. I love the SD card slot. That is a very, very nice port to have. And the wireless charging pads here, it's awesome. So if you're a baller, you can get over the $400 price tag. I think this dock could definitely be worth it, especially if I don't know, if your iPad is like your main computer. With that said, guys, I'm Bo HD from Slash.tv. Hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you right back here in the next one. See ya.